feels great. I like to thank God, for just the blessing that He gave me today and the opportunity. And I like to thank my whole line. They just, they block their behinds off all day. It's surreal. The first start to be an upset, it's a surreal feeling.
Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, you almost ran for 200 yards. When was the last time that happened in your career, and how neat was it to do it against a top 10 team?
Oh shoot, the last time was probably in high school, probably at my semifinal game, and it feels great. We game planned it again, like the line just blocked so well, and it's kind of like the holes were there, and I just had to hit them.
Noah, go ahead.
Duke, what was your mindset coming into today, kind of knowing that you'd be the guy to get the ball?
I knew it had to come with a different mindset. I knew I was going to carry over my game. Like I was going to be physical. I was going to, run hard, run as hard as I possibly can. And then I had a chip on my shoulder or just doing somebody I was doing it for. I was doing it for Hollywood. I knew he couldn't play. I knew there's nothing he would want to do more than to play. So I just knew I had to do it for him too.
And then what was it like for you to kind of be in this moment now where a year ago you were just sitting on the side, not being able to get on the game, and now you're showing what you can do.
It's a blessing. Like there's so much work that went on and, under the lights, like stuff that wasn't really recognized in that time period. But I just knew I had to keep my head down and just pray on it. And I'm just blessed to be here.
Jaden, go ahead.
Yeah, did Hollywood give you any advice ahead of the game?
Yes, he did. He just told me to be calm, be patient, and don't try to hit the home run because it's gonna come and it's gonna develop itself. And the funny thing is, right before I ran the 72 yard, he was like, "Hey, this is the one. I feel it." And sure enough, it popped open.
Daniel, go ahead.
Duke, what was it like seeing all those fans rush out on the field in front of you?
Oh, it was awesome. Like especially like being a part of it. You always see it on TV and all that stuff. Like the fans rushing the crowd. It was awesome to be a part of it. You got to take a lot of good pictures and all that good stuff. Just interact with the fans.
Noah, go ahead.
You'd mentioned kind of not trying to force it, let the kind of plays come to you. What was that like when you actually saw the open field in that long run, and able to get you guys inside the five?
It felt like a routine play. Like you said, like just don't expect it. Don't try to just, go for it. Just react to it. And, when you see you got to hit it. And that's all I did every time.
Jaden, go ahead.
Duke, I want to say that you are the third player under Coach Doran to have at least 196 rushing yards in a game. Um, just what does that mean to you, and what do you think your ceiling is in your career?
It means a lot to me. It's a great start. And, from here I just, expect to get better and better. It's just a start for it.
All right, Rob, the last question for Duke.
Duke, every time NC State and Georgia Tech would go down, sometimes they would get the field goal, but you guys, every time there was that opportunity where it seemed like you made that offensive play. If you don't mind, speak to that and speak to how the defense gave you that opportunity to create separation when they would limit them in the red zone.
Those are plays that we were just like when the defense, it's like a bend don't break mentality. So when they would bend a little bit and they didn't break, we knew offense we are going to make them pay for, breaking. That was the whole mindset. Every time that they didn't capitalize on being in the red zone or something, the defense held them. We knew we were going to strike even harder.
Duke, congrats on a great game and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Coach, we're ready when you are.
Yeah. Well, first things first, I want to give all the glory to God. That was an amazing team effort. And with the injuries that we've had and the number of guys that were out in that game, we needed guys to just really rise up. And there weren't even backups in certain spots in this game. And we couldn't have done it without him. And, secondly, our fan base tonight, it was homecoming. It was an awesome crowd. You guys were in it. And we thank you for that, because there's a lot of people out there that have quit on us. And for those who came tonight, you didn't. And so thank you for your support for these players. And I'm so proud of them and happy, because it's been a tough year. We've been through a lot, and definitely have some games that we could have won and didn't, and hung in there together and went through a tough time with our staff. And the guys just kept coming in and letting me coach them, letting their coaches coach them, taking things like, hey, coach, it's on us. We got to fix it. Allowing us to do what we want to do, and coach football and motivate young men and lead young men. It's a really, really neat group of kids. And so I'm just really thankful for them that they get to enjoy that. It's special when you have a top 10 win at home. Night games in the Carter are so special, and just proud of them, proud of our staff. And resiliency is what this place is about. It's why I've always loved NC State. It's definitely a part of my DNA, and the harder it gets, sometimes I think the better we are. And so we're going to enjoy this one tonight. I'm really proud of some of the individual efforts. I know you'll ask me about them, but CJ played like a captain. He was in charge and played really, really good ball. The O-line protected him. Duke Scott had a phenomenal game rushing the ball. Our tight ends, that room, the way they played without Justin, really stepped up and had to do more things than they normally do. Impressive. I thought Caden Fordham played his best football game, had a lot of tackles, huge interception at the end, was in charge, and that was a tough offense. I mean, I think, Brent is a great coach, and that is a really good football team. I have nothing but respect for him and their staff. Buster Faulkner is offensive coordinator, I think one of the best in the country, and their quarterback is a really good player. And so that was a hard-fought game against a really good coach and a really good group of kids that he has. So going to enjoy this one tonight, and then enjoy the bye week. There's nothing like a bye week after a top 10 win. Definitely going to enjoy this one. Questions?
JC, go ahead.
You obviously know who you guys didn't have tonight. What does it say about the assistant coaches to have the groups ready and not feel sorry for themselves?
Well, we don't allow that, first of all. Kids come to this program like they do any program with the hope to have an opportunity to play. And when it's your opportunity, you have to seize it. And Tristan Teasdale, true freshman, starting in his first game against that offense, and really proud of him. I mean, that's asking a lot. And our DBs, man, I mean, we played a lot of man-to-man in that game, and for a lot of reasons, but it says a lot about all these guys. And it's funny to me that people think we're going to quit and we're going to do this. We don't do that here. It's not a part of this program, and it never will be. And so each kid that gets an opportunity, it's his moment. And it's fun to see him seize those moments in a game like this.
Charlie, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, it had been reported earlier in the week that your players had a team meeting just with themselves, players only. Talk about what this type of win does, not only for you, but for the locker room moving forward.
Yeah, when I met with our leadership council on Sunday, I guess it was, there was a lot of things we discussed. And at the end of it, I said, a lot of these things are things you guys need to take care of. And you need to have a meeting with your teammates, and you need to say the things that you said in front of me to them, because they need to know what's on your heart. And there's a lot of football left. There's too many good players in our program that are running out of time that deserve everybody's best. And you need to let them know that. And they did. Obviously, what they said hit home. And those guys delivered. it wasn't just the guys playing. I mean, it's the guys on the scout team have to give a better look. You know, it's everybody. And like I told them, you know, it's easy to look at problems and point fingers and blame people and all that. And we needed solutions. And that's what I was asking for, is for each guy to be the solution in whatever his role may be on our team. And even injured players, you know, can complement and can coach and can help their teammates better. And so it's just a collective effort. You know, the assistant coaches, the trainers, the strength coach, it's on everybody. And but it's got to be team driven. You know, for things to happen in your locker room, you can tell them all you want. The guys got to get it done for you. And they got to hold each other accountable when they're not. And that happened this week in a big way.
Jaden, go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, I know we talked a lot about Duke in the preseason and about how excited y'all were. But he is the third player, from what I can tell, in your tenure to have, you know, at least 175 rushing yards in a single game. Did you expect that kind of breakout performance from him?
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, that was the 16th ranked rushing defense in the ACC. We thought we could run the football on them. They play a lot of cover two, which gives you an opportunity numbers wise to hand the ball off and run it. And Duke's way faster than people know. You know, that's why we've made him a kickoff returner. Obviously, we didn't tonight because he had more on his plate in the backfield. But I'm not surprised. I mean, he come to practice every day since he's been here, and you see what kind of electric player he is. And all through high school, the kind of player he was there. So we got a really good tandem in that backfield. And tonight he had to step up and take on the entire load, and obviously did a tremendous job.
Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, I forget the exact score, but I know in the first half, you guys trailed maybe by a field goal. You got the lead back, got a stop, got the field goal right before there. And then you kind of kept it at that 1-2 possession range the rest of the game. You never did allow them to get that thing tied back, and you did some good things in the red zone. Could you just speak to that and how important it was to always address and answer Georgia Tech's response?
Well, that's complimentary football. You know, I mean, we hold them to a field goal, we answer with a touchdown. And it's just things like that where both sides of the ball have to feed off of each other. And when we play complimentary football, 11-man football, guys doing their job and answering the call when they need to, we're a really good football team. And it's unfortunate it's taken us a while to play a whole game that way. You know, we haven't, other than Campbell, but against a Power 4 team, it's just been halves of football where we played well. And tonight we put it all together, and I've been telling them that it could be really fun to see how good we are if we could play 4 quarters of complimentary football. I don't think anyone can beat us when we play like that. And tonight, it's nice to have an illustration of what that looks like.
Okay, CJ's here waiting, guys. So last question
All right,
for Coach
thank
will
you,
be
guys.
from Noah.
Oh, one more.
We'll give you one more.
What you mentioned, Kadum, and then kind of the way he's played, you know, in the middle of the defense. You know, you talk about this being the best game you've seen from him this year. You know, what was that like to see him kind of step up against a team that's going to run the ball a lot with the quarterback?
Yeah, well, I mean, I told him and Kenny Soares this week, like they should have 20 tackles in this game. It's that type of game, and our game plan, as you saw, there's a lot of motions and perimeter plays, and it was to take those away and make them run in the box. And we felt like Caden Fordham and Kenny at linebacker, Brandon going in there, and Sebastian and all those guys could win in the box in the run game enough for us to take away their slow start run game. And for the most part, we did that. You know, you're not going to completely stop Haynes King. Like, he's a really good player, and my hat's off to him. I've always enjoyed watching him. He's a tough kid, but the defense did enough to give our offense possessions and field position where they could go score. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the evening. Go Pack.
Thanks, Coach. Guys, if you want to raise your hand for questions for CJ, he's going to join us here momentarily. CJ, thanks for joining us. Rob, go ahead with your question.
Yes, sir. I have a two-parter, if you don't mind. First question: every time Tech would get there, your defense would make stops, hold them to a field goal. You guys would march down, get the score, to keep them kind of at arm's length. How important was that for you guys to never bend and keep answering the Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, it was very important. our mindset on offense was to try to score every drive. Every time we touched the ball, that was the mindset. You know, throughout the whole week, that was our plan. Like no matter what game, no matter what team it is, that's our mindset. We got to score every time, and you know that's what kept that lead. That kept it that 2 point possession lead from them. And with our defense getting a couple stops, it helped us out a lot.
And then my second question, sir, to be a leader, I think obviously there are times where you have to ignore the conjecture and speculation outside. You have to focus on the locker room. As you've gone through this last month, how has it helped you as a leader? And do you think that experience is what helped compel you to lead your team to a big win tonight?
Yeah, like you said, I wasn't paying attention to anything outside. I didn't know what was going on outside of our facility. You know what I mean? So my leadership and confidence has been the same throughout the year. You know, I've been leading the same way, and you know, I poured into it more throughout the game. This game, you know, because we needed it. We needed those extra stops and those extra, touchdown drives. So, you know, just always stayed throughout the year.
Thank you, sir.
Noah, go ahead.
What was it like for you to see the way Duke Scott played today without having Hollywood and having him step up in the backfield?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at all. You know, I already seen Duke since last year. He's a great person. He never complains. He comes to practice, comes to weight room and work hard. You know, he is a very fast guy. People don't see it, but you know, him and Hollywood they're a great duo. You know, and you know Hollywood went down. He took it upon himself to have a great day. You know, show the world who he is, and I'm proud of him.
Connor, go ahead.
CJ, you guys obviously came into this game with a lot of injuries. It seems like every week you got this next man up mentality, and that was very evident between Duke and Cody Hardy's performances tonight. Can you kind of speak on that mentality and what it means to you and your teammates and your
Yeah, like that's even with me, it was next man up mentality for me as well. You know, we do a good job of preparing our guys, you know, for prime time. You know what I mean? And you know, when Duke came in, and you know, Cody and Dante Daniels, they came in, and you know, they said our tight ends down. Let's go work for them. You know what I mean? And you know, I trusted those guys. I trusted everybody out there. And you know, they all came with a good mindset, especially Tristan Teasdale. All these guys who just stepped in and made plays for us, and it was great.
Jaden, go ahead.
Yeah, CJ, this is kind of random, but the team has been to receive when it wins the toss the last several games, as opposed to electing to defer. Does that change the approach in game when you know that the opposing team is going to have the parts in the second half?
I feel like I honestly don't go into the decision of like who gets the ball first or if we defending or not. And you know, I feel like it's just a game time decision or whatever it is. But when we go out there just thinking win, like offense going out there first, the defense is gonna support us. And you know, we gonna go down there and score a touchdown for them or do it the best we can for them. Defense go out there, offense supporting them. You know what I mean? So it's just all having a positive mindset throughout whoever gets the ball. It doesn't matter.
And last question for CJ will come from JC.
You know how vibes always change and flow. What does it mean to have these great vibes going into the bye week, going into the final 3 games of the season with so much on the line?
Yeah, it's really great to get a win against a top 10 team, and you know, going into the bye week, we got guys got to rest. You know, there's a lot of guys that's beat up, and you know, we got to just calm down because we got another game coming up. We got Miami, and that's one that I really want, and you know, I need everybody. I got to come to play as well as I did today, and I need those guys to have my back, and I already know they're gonna do it. So we're gonna pull through for the rest of these couple games. Thank you.
Thanks, CJ. Annabelle does have a defensive player or two coming, but they have slipped past her for a second, so we're going to be a minute. Okay, everybody. Caden Fordham is on his way. If you want to go ahead and raise your hand for questions for him. Caden, thanks for joining us. Jaden, go ahead with your question.
Caden Cook Doran said this is probably one of your best performances. Did it feel like that for you? And kind of what was going through your head tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I just really we came out with the mindset that we were going to play fast. I mean, the coaches that were on our tail all week simplified a lot of the things for us. So we just came out there and played fast and free. That's what I told the guys before the game. Like, we got to go out there. We can't play tentative. We got to go play fast. And whatever you see, believe in it and go attack. So that's what everyone did tonight, and it worked out.
Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, Caden, October obviously didn't go as well as NC State would have liked, but to go out there today and do what you guys did, to feel that joy and happiness, to see the students and folks run out on the field, describe that sort of release and how neat is it to have sort of that happy feeling again, that happy vibe?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, especially, to win a game like that, any game. But being in the Carter, it was special, seeing that, giving that to Coach Doran. I mean, that man fights so much and he goes through so much, and he's there every day, the same guy working hard. So it was amazing to go out there and do that with my brothers.
Noah, go ahead.
What's it like for you as a linebacker going against a quarterback like Haynes King who can run the ball a lot and kind of just present a lot of challenges? And how did you kind of, combat that and kind of limit him as much as possible?
Yeah, I love playing against guys like that. Credit to him. He's a great player. He plays hard, very hard. So we knew we had a challenge up against us. So we went out there and, like I said, coach simplified a lot of things for us so we could play fast. We knew they did a bunch of different stuff on offense, formational wise. So it just simplified the game, and I think that was a key to helping us play fast.
And then what was it like for you to seal the game with the pick at the end?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was my first interception in a college game, so it was awesome to get that done.
Connor, go ahead.
Caden, obviously y'all came into this game with a lot of injuries, especially offensively, but you and the rest of the leaders and Coach Doran obviously preach this next man up mentality. Can you kind of speak on that and what it means to the team?
Yeah, it means everything. Credit to Duke tonight. That dude played his tail off with Hollywood being out. Our tight ends played very well too, I thought. On defense, some of the safeties, Assad, he came in, stepped up really big for us. So that's big around here. I mean, we know anyone can play at any time, and that's why Coach Doran always says that to us, preaches it. So those guys were completely ready, and I mean, they went out there and played their tails off tonight. So,
Rob, go ahead.
Caden, you get a bye week, and then you have Miami, Florida State, and North Carolina. You have 3 games left. What's on the table for NC State? What do you hope to be coming out of the bye week when y'all return to the field in a couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna enjoy this for 24 hours. Coach gave us tomorrow off, so get back healthy on this bye week, get some of the guys back, and then just be ready to roll. We got 3 games left. We got to win all 3 of them. So that's the plan from here on out.
Thank you, sir.
Caden, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the post-game press conference for us.